closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. First down throw for Cousins. And incomplete to open things up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Cousins now to throw on first down. They complete it to Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Now Taylor. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. First down, here's Cousins. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups there.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Cousins to throw it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. On 1st and 10, Cousins. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from... defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Taylor. And some room to roam now. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Elliott. Runs over it, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Check 50, 36 power.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, Williams. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jonathan Taylor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Elliott. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Williams now on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end of this drive.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tim Patrick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Williams to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing is Cousins. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 17. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summing onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he's taken down. A Marcus Davenport in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Second and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for KC.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They go play action with Wilson. Steps away. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Takes it away, and off it goes. On the return, Williams. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Cousins. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Now Cousins. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Cousins' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it, because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Play action. Now Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Wilson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Cousins on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
On first down, Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Giants. Jimmy Graham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. A dump off to Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught. A big play there for KC. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Elliott trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they?
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line. Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave them a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins now. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On 2nd and inches, Cousins. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Elliott. And down he'll go at the 25. 159 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.